Welcome back to the Mullen Performance Audio YouTube channel. As you guys can tell by the thumbnail, today we are testing the Cerwin Vega, what is it again? XED650C. These are one of the cheapest 6.5 two-way component sets I can find on Amazon. There's some other ones that are like no-name ones that I don't know what they are. But of course, I've seen Cerwin Vega and I'm like, sweet, I gotta try it. I used to love Cerwin Vega back in the day. Not sure, haven't bought a Cerwin Vega product in 30 years. So I wanted to test these out and see how they do. We have them mounted in the top. Usually I've been using the wraps. I've been using them the longest. They just personally, that kind of fits my taste. Probably the second best ones have been the sound cubed ones I had in here for a little while. Both have their ups, both have, I won't say ups and downs because neither one of them are bad. I just prefer the sound of these just a little bit better. The sound cubes have a lot of mid bass, which is fine. I love that too. I like it when I'm listening to rap and stuff like that. That's when I really like the sound cubes. Like if I do the Dirt to Demos build, I'm seriously thinking about doing the whole front stage in sound cubed, because that's probably what I'm going to be listening to 99% of the time in there anyway. But what I wanted to do today, let's get these tested. I've been listening to them. I'll let you guys listen to this song. I always use the same one every single time. About halfway through, I will kick in the kink and add some bass to it. You'll tell a huge difference as soon as I do. And then I'll give you guys my impression of what I think of them. And then we'll grade them like we did all the other ones. We'll grade them, and I'll tell you what I think. So, I was going to set you up on a big old tripod and all that stuff, but I'm not going to do that this time. I even angled the enclosures this way, down a little bit, so which did help a little bit. But we'll kind of go from there. Let me get this set. Now I have the Sony down here is turned up a lot higher than what I normally would for this. So when I bring in the bass, you'll definitely be able to tell. So let's go. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell, because when I brought the kicker in, noticeable difference on how everything sounds. Of course, everything sounds better when you add bass to it, right? But, yeah. Okay, so what do I think of these things? 3/4 inch tweeter, 6.5. If you guys watched my unboxing video already, then you guys kind of know what I think of some of this stuff. I'm just going to lay it out for you guys. I think these sound like shit. I'll just say it. The thing about these is that I like to use the song from Extreme more than words. It's two guys sitting around with guitars. You can hear one, they're sitting right next to each other. And you can tell, of course it was recorded, but I mean, you can hear when one guy is singing and the other guy is singing at the same time. And you can, like with the raps, you can differentiate between the two guys sitting there singing. With these, when I listened to them, they were kind of mixed together, and they were a little bit tinny. The mid bass on these is pretty weak, and the tweeters are almost non-existent. Like I had this thing, I kept turning it up and turning it up and turning it up, thinking, because the output wasn't very high, and I'm like, is there something wrong? I'm like checking on my settings, checking my crossovers on the Aurylic. I'm like, did I do something different? No, there's just not a lot of output to them. I don't know if those passive crossovers are soaking up a lot of the output, or if I'm just crazy, or if I'm just deaf anymore. But when I would listen to the raps, clear, precise, you can hear them apart. Tweeters, good tweeters. Same thing with the sound cubes. Even the DDs, tweeters are awesome on those. But the Cerwin Vegas just, like, I don't know. I don't know what's happened to their products, but that used to be the gold standard back in the day with Cerwin Vega. But these things are crap. That is speaking from the audiophile in me. The cheap, buy them off of Amazon for $40. They would work in a pinch. Like, I wouldn't have it if I didn't have any speakers in my vehicle, or if I needed something to listen to, or if I wanted to throw speakers in a cooler and take it out to the beach, or whatever I wanted to do, add sound to anything. These are perfect for that. For $40 for the set, like $43, whatever it was, that is awesome. That's cheap. That is super cheap. And I have a feeling these will take more power. Well, I know they will take more power, but these right now, I would not have any issue with just, putting them in a toolbox. If you wanted to add them, a whole bunch of them inside of a toolbox in your garage, or what you wanted to do. But the audiophile in me is dying when I'm listening to these things. So don't go out and buy a set of 6.5 inch Cerwin Vegas, whatever, 650Cs, whatever, XED650Cs, and expect them to sound good in your vehicle. Just expect to get sound out of them, and not a lot of sound. So, now comes the fun part. Now, next year we can add categories to this for price, and, it's not just about mid-bass and tweeters, but this kind of gives me an overall what I think. Mid-bass, they're very weak. We're just going to go D. Tweeters, F. I say that because I stuck my ear right up to that tweeter up there, and there was not a lot coming out of it. And it just, that's going to be the big crap right there. Like, if they would have just sold me this, I would have been happy. It would have been okay. Whatever. It's just a speaker. If they would have gotten rid of the tweeter, or put a better tweeter, I think maybe some of that tinny sound might be coming from the tweeter, but there's not a lot of output to it. So, is this even Is this an F plus? We're just gonna put poop. Yep, that's what they are. So yeah, buy them if you want sound. Don't buy them for good sounding speakers. So thank you to my patrons. Thank you to my subscribers. Don't forget, guys, go to XED650C Enclosures. Use promo code MPA10. Get 10% off. That should cover at least taxes, right? Jake does an awesome job. CJ, love those guys. Thank you to everybody that subscribed to the channel. Stick around. I want to kind of get away from some of the worst enclosures of YouTube videos for a little bit, kind of mix things up. We're going to be back to that next week. I got a couple more things I'm going to do. And if we get any, our weather has been really crappy, so I haven't been able to get any dirt to demos content because it's just really nasty outside and I did not want to be outside. So I love you guys. I will see you guys in the next video. See you then.